you been here before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay, great. So we were up on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
We're now down on the 1st floor. We're just over 8,000 square feet.
Awesome.
So you can go in any of those labs. At 6:30, I do have a guitar building class starting.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
How did you hear about us?
I've known Jeff since I'm 7 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And we're gonna.
How are you doing? Hello. So nice.
I know.
Fab here?
You know.
So you've never been here before?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. Isn't that, see that? That's insane. So where should we get started?
Well, we can start right here, Justin.
right.
Justin, by the way, thanks for coming. It's really
Absolutely.
been fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're a star.
Thank you.
I love it.
So can you tell me about the front desk first of all? It's pretty
It
awesome.
actually represents the Bethlehem steel part of the whole concept of the building and
Okay.
and what used to be here.
Yeah.
And then the mix of high technology. So we
How did
built
you
this out of
actually do
steel.
that?
We cut all the metal and we welded it all together. And
Okay.
away we went. And I decided at the last minute to put screens in it because
Yeah.
I wanted to put the technology into the old world craftsmanship.
Yeah.
That kind of shows what the Fab Lab does.
Absolutely.
And that's it in a nutshell. We mix high technology with basic skills. See how all those things kind of go together. Right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let's see.
Got this way?
Yep. So over here is our audio room.
All right. So we got the audio room. You guys making music here too?
We make music.
you
Well,
really?
we do. Music's a big part of the Fab Lab.
Really?
Yeah,
music.
music's a big part of making.
Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah.
you're going to make something, it doesn't never necessarily have to weigh anything, but it can be a creative process. It also can be sounds and so forth that go into the products that we use every day. So
Yeah.
we do wave files and that kind of thing.
Okay.
We have a sound booth right here
yeah.
that's all outfitted and so forth with all the equipment. So a band or a musician could come in and
Yeah.
do what they need to do. We give classes in songwriting, we have classes in mixing and that kind of thing. So this is just an up and coming space for us.
Yeah.
We had a small one on the upstairs floor,
Yeah.
but this is much better. So.
After I put out that Christmas song video, I feel like I should probably practice a little bit more. Maybe I got to sign up for a class.
Well, yeah, you could, and you can learn how to mix all kinds of other things together so
Yeah.
you make a real professional video.
That's
so.
cool.
And then we're going into the plastics area. So this is plastics, and this is Michael Bianco, who's our plastics instructor.
Five, four, three,
two,
two,
one. Unbelievable!
Whoa.
Look at that, will you?
Almost exactly. That looks just like a vampire squid and or intestines.
Marine biologist.
That also looks like viscera.
So Michael does plastics and molding and different types of plastics all over the country.
Oh, wow.
And has taught for us. Actually, he's been here longer than I have. So he's one of the few veterans.
So that's already
Oh, yeah.
mostly
And
solid.
he's just an expert.
You kind of see it's mass sensitive.
That's crazy how quick
Mass,
it just-
where it's mostly
Hardens like
Or
that.
centralized.
centralized. It's curing faster, whereas the fingers are taking.
So now we're going to sort of walk this way and we'll go around the corners. You know, the area that they're all standing in right there, Justin, is the collaboration area.
This is the collaboration area here?
And
Okay.
All kinds of things happen here. We have meetups that come in here. We do sewing and textiles here because of the large tables.
Okay.
We can move the tables all around and we can have youth groups come in.
Okay.
We're doing banners, so we can do those kind of banners. So we have lots of business now coming in on banners.
Okay. So you actually people can come to you and say, can you make this for us? Like you can actually produce things for different businesses?
We do that on a limited basis, so
Okay.
we know what we can do and what we can't do.
Gotcha.
So doing contract work isn't what the Fab Lab's about.
Okay.
But if someone says, listen, we want a banner, that's easy for us to do. We can charge them. It's an easy thing for us
Okay.
to give them. There's not really much for them to do if they do it themselves.
Okay.
But if they come in and they say they want to do a prototype of some kind of elaborate project, we really like them to learn some of the processes
Yeah.
so that we don't do the whole job for them.
Gotcha.
right?
Gotcha.
But we have a t-shirt printer over there, and we have what's called a sublimation printer, vinyl cutter. So a lot of that stuff gets pretty big, so we can lay it out right here, and we can kind of put it all together.
This is your playground.
This is
everything seems like this is perfect for you, man.
Right. So the video that you're watching right now is actually 2 years ago I was invited to the White House, by President Obama.
Really?
And was invited to the White House. So
Wow.
I really was a fantastic experience because they realized that makerspaces and Fab Labs and the groundswell of the creativity and innovation coming out of just the grassroots movement is going to create the next great innovations. It's not going to come from the big corporations.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to find out ways that they could promote Fab Labs and makerspaces around the country.
So they invited you to the White House.
They invited myself and about 100 other makerspaces from around the country to come in for a convention.
Yeah.
So we got to meet President Obama and all his staff, and it was really pretty cool.
That is really cool. So this is just your classroom?
Yeah, so in here we do 3D printing software, we do CAD software, we do three-dimensional drafting.
Okay.
We put the programs together to do the laser cutting.
Yep.
So a lot of the digital manufacturing has to start here in the computer room.
Okay.
So we have quite a lot of classes that go on here.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't realize when they come in to do 3D printing, and this is where they have to start, and this is the hardest part.
Okay, yeah.
This is the learning curve, and once they get that, they can produce just about anything they want to.
Like that violin.
Like that violin.
That's so cool. Oh, yeah.
So, excuse me, sorry. So this is our laser area. So let's call this our technology lab. So we have all 3D printing at the other end. I'd love you to meet Michael Gorski, who is one of our entrepreneurs who came out of the Fab Lab. So he started making 3D printers 2 years ago. Now he started his own company.
Oh, cool.
And the 3D printer he has over there, I got to have you take a look at it. It's absolutely beautiful.
Love to see it.
We just got this. This is a metal cutting laser.
Metal cutting laser.
Right. So if I just take this like this and just bring this over to about there,
Yep.
and I press its origin, I can cut something. So it's actually cutting with oxygen.
Are you serious?
Right, so the oxygen is coming out of the cylinder. It's hitting exactly where the laser's hitting, and the oxygen's actually doing the cutting.
Wow.
So this machine was expensive, but not nearly as expensive as most metal cutting machines are.
Okay.
So now we have the capability of doing metal cutting for artists and inventors.
Yeah.
And people just want to make things. They can now cut metal, and we never could do that before. So.
Wow. That's fast too. That goes. I can't believe how quick that. That's awesome.
Now we have other. So if I push this button right here, that's going to just start going. So what it's doing right now is it's going to actually just re-raster and redo what it's done already. Yeah. But I can stop it.
Yeah, we did get some cool shots of that going too.
Cool shots of this.
So what are those coasters?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So I'm just going to stop it here. So like that. So one for you.
Oh, thank you.
One for everybody else, so you can have these. So. Anyway,
I love that.
Yeah. So we might as well just toss these around and let everybody take them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to bring you over to the 3D printers.
Absolutely.
So don't say I didn't give you something.
Thank you.
Yeah, I made that for you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I have to give you one too.
Oh, thank you.
Not to be left out. I'm doing fine, thank you. So that 3D printer right there, this is the first one that he built. He doesn't build those anymore.
So did you build that 3D printer too?
Yeah, Michael built it.
So you actually build a 3D printer and then that. Did you use a 3D printer to build that?
Yeah, in some ways you do.
Really? That's cool.
But you know, he came in 2 years ago and started working on a 3D printer. He had another full-time job.
Yeah.
And then he started like making his printers better and better and better. And he came out with this one.
Wow.
This is just an amazing machine.
So this here is the printer right here.
Yep. Well, that's his latest one.
Yeah, yeah.
So now he started his own company. He's got his own factory.
Wow.
And his company's called Filament Innovations.
Yeah.
So it's pretty incredible. So it does. So it'll do 36-inch high prints. So that rocket ship, that was printed in here. It's a pretty simple print, but so this was printed right in here like this. So it just came right out of the printer.
Oh yeah.
So very, very unique and very complicated prints. But it also can do just real tall stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, one of the things that I'm into is to be able to have the capability to do large objects.
Yeah.
There's a lot of maker spaces. They get the small printers, and their just capabilities are just anything small. And there's a lot of people that want to do larger
Absolutely.
things. So we can do small and large in that. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons you're seeing some of the equipment to be relatively large, because that just extends our capabilities.
Absolutely.
We have hundreds of people that come through here, and a lot of them say, what's the size of your laser? And if I say it's 24 by 30, they say, oh, my piece is bigger than that. Now I don't have to say that. Now I can say, we got one of the biggest lasers in the whole valley.
Yeah, I guess you do, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Come on.
You're good, you're good.
No, wait. Look, this is good. This is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
This is Kevin. He's one of our makers right here, one of the best guitar makers I've ever met in my life.
Nice.
This is Brian. We don't really know what Brian does, but he just hangs out here. He eats a lot of our food.
The scary thing is you're not the first person to say that.
Brian is an electrical engineer, has his master's degree at Carnegie Mellon, and knows how to do just about everything electronics. So the place doesn't actually operate electronically without Brian. So.
And there seems to be a lot of that going on here.
We have 32 instructors here who have the same passion for sharing their knowledge as Brian and Kevin do.
That's
so
great. You
it's
need
really,
that.
really fun.
You need that.
So
what's this
moving on.
space for?
This is electronics, so this will be for LED control, automation.
Robotics, Arduino, electronics, soldering, wiring, circuitry, repair, and things like that. So I teach Arduino classes in here. We've got a nice screen in the front. You know, laptops so that you can do the programming that you need. Every tool necessary so that you can make things happen. I outfitted this so that I don't have to use my basement to build stuff. If I'm here, I know I can get things done. If I'm at home, I know I can get things done.
Yeah.
I also have up front our Goldie scan.
Let's check it out.
So we're going to see the Goldie scan. So
anything with Canon, I'm down for
And
it.
then this is the latest electronics project we did. So we have the projector screen right here, and they put a light right here. So we kind of did a hack job wiring this in to turn off that light so that it doesn't interfere with the projector screen.
Oh, yeah.
So we started.
that seems like a very simple thing to do for an electronics genius. Why don't you show them the Goldie?
What we did here was we made a cannon to fire these Goblies. And these Goblies were made by a woman, Brianna Gardell. She was a technical entrepreneurship student at Lehigh University, and this is her project. So the goal is you buy these, and then you have kids run around and throw them at each other and make a mess instead of actually using a paintball gun.
Oh, okay.
And she got a deal with Walmart and Michaels, so you can buy these commercially now.
That's awesome.
And we
I've actually heard of this. I
Yeah.
think she was on the news or something. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been on the news many times.
Yeah.
And we needed a follow-up project for Toolboard. And I kept saying, we should get together and make a Gobley scan. I got sick of talking about it, so I said, well, we got to do it.
Yeah.
So this fall, I actually put it together with help from some other instructors. So right here we have an Arduino-based controller that runs an air compressor and maintains the air pressure in this tank at 80 psi. And then over here we have a series of 4 solenoid valves that are controlled to fire in succession to extend and retract the cannon, when you fire it. And then what we have here, this is a test Gobley, which is a piece of crumpled up tape, so that it doesn't splat and make a mess.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'll show you how this works here.
Yeah.
We did have a nice big red button, but we took this to New York Maker Fair. We had too many kids smash with it and just broke it.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting on another one. So you get to touch these two little leads together, and people think you're gonna get shocked or something. Which kind of adds to the allure.
Oh, can I do it?
Absolutely. So what you want to do is first thing you gotta do before you touch them together is you gotta fire the hole.
Oh,
And then you
nice.
touch them together.
All right, fire in the hole. I love the noise added to it too.
Well, that's what I was saying about the audio room.
Oh yeah,
So those noises were all put in on MP3s here,
Oh, okay.
and then they were loaded into the
that
computer.
makes sense now. That adds to the allure. Brian, thank you very much.
Thank you much, Justin.
We're going to finish our tour of the Fab Lab here.
All right.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Okay, we're going to the metals area.
Ooh, metal
so
shop.
one thing you have to notice is how easy it is to get from one
It's
process
very
to
easy.
another.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something in wood and you want to put something in electronics into your wood product, like LED lights or something,
There
you
seems
can
to be
move
like
through
2 or
it.
3 entries and exits for every room
There is,
too.
yeah.
So this is the metal room.
So this is welding, and we've just put welding in this past summer, and we've sold out about 6 welding classes so far.
Wow.
Getting a lot of women
Yeah.
and young people involved
That's
in
great.
welding, so it's
Yeah.
really been exciting.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
You
But
don't
there's a
know.
lot of people just very interested. So, every few weeks we run a welding class.
Uh-huh.
Now we're doing a weekend welding where you can come in and weld all weekend. So we're hoping to, get people to go to the next level with welding and learn a little bit more about it.
Oh yeah.
This is a plasma cutter, so this also cuts metal, but it'll cut, 3/4 inch thick metal.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to do, projects like if somebody wants to do a metal workbench, or they want to do something in metal like a giant Bethlehem star out of metal. The kind that kind of bolt to the side of a house.
Okay.
They can cut all the pieces here, move over here, and learn how to weld those together. So these two are going to work together.
Wow. I can see there being a real need now. Someone no longer wants to just go and buy something. They'd rather pay for a class, make it themselves, and then it really means something.
That's a huge movement right now. People are just, we went through 2 generations, maybe more, where they've taken a lot of those hands-on experiential things out of the classroom.
Oh, they have.
So industrial arts became tech ed, and so the hands-on things just became a computer.
Yeah.
So I think for a generation and a half, most people have been making things that don't weigh anything.
Yeah.
It's
That's
all
a good
electronics.
point. Yeah.
And now I think there's a need for people to come in and say, listen, I just want to know how some things are made.
Yeah.
And the Fab Labs and makerspaces around the country are just blossoming.
Yeah.
We do standard machining, and we do CNC machining, and what Michael is describing over here is very interesting.
Okay.
So this is CNC machining, which is automated machining, so you draw it on the computer, come over here, set it up on the machine, and then it cuts it. You learn how to set up the tooling and so forth.
Oh, that's great. So one of the projects we did is made a coaster. So the first thing you do is you set up the facing operation. Second operation is, of course, in the coaster you need a little cutout.
That's
for the water
really
to glass
fascinating.
down, so you do
I've learned to use it a
operation.
little bit.
And then finally you want to
It's
drill
just
some
such a
holes
cool
so they look
machine.
cool,
You can do
and
so
then
many
you want to
things
engrave
on it.
something.
Oh yeah.
Well, once you're done, it's all stored in a file for you. And so
You don't need a
spits out
map,
the
you know your way
G-code for you. And when you want the first one, you got to go through all the wizards.
See, I've
The
got some
second
pictures
one-
of this already.
We did,
so.
yeah. But
But
what do you
then-
have going on in there?
Well, I started guitar making about 5 years ago just to bring a different type of person into the Fab Lab because I was getting mostly retired men.
Yep.
I said, put electric guitars in and let's see if we can get some younger people and some people that might be interested in guitars that run the gamut of the different ranges and ages. And it worked like crazy. It worked great. So that filled up and that really got going. Then I started acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
That started to get going, and pretty soon, if you see that right there, that's the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation Luthier Lab now.
Yeah.
So we've really moved up to the point now there's a certification.
That's awesome.
It takes a year to get it. There's people coming in from all over the country.
And there's actually a class happening right now.
There's a class happening right
Yeah.
now, and Bill is a luthier. He owns the Guitar Parlor down in Regalsville,
Oh, okay.
and he's doing all our teaching for these classes. And I have 3 other teachers that teach it.
That's great. Is that one of your
myself.
most? Is that one of your most popular classes, the guitar making?
No, I don't think it's the most popular,
really?
but I think it's the one that is the most notoriety
Oh yeah.
because there's no other college in the country that does it.
Okay.
And we're not doing it for like STEM or anything that happens with secondary schools, like they build guitars in secondary schools for physics and other disciplines. We do it to teach people how to build guitars as an occupation.
Okay.
So we're building some really fine instruments.
Oh yeah.
And we're going right through the stages of, how to do inlaying, how to do finishing, how to get these guitars to sound right, and toning the tops and the backs. It's really complicated, but it's very satisfying. Each one of these people will go away with a great guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many classes can you walk away with a finished product like that.
Right. So this is Matthew. He's our electric guitar teacher.
Okay. Matthew did give us a little riff earlier on the cigar box.
Oh yeah. You got it plugged in?
That's so cool.
So if you look at that guitar right there, that's called the Flame.
Okay.
So if you bring that over, Matt. So the Flame guitar was one of the first electric guitars built here.
Uh-huh.
And when Matthew was one of my first students in electric guitar,
Yep.
and after we finished building this, I said, Matthew, I'm not letting you go. You can't go anywhere. You've got to teach electric guitar.
Nice. Oh, because you were the first one that came in asking to build.
Well,
an
he was so
electric guitar.
passionate and he's so good at it.
Yeah.
And I said, you got to teach electric guitar. And he's been doing it now for
That's
like 4 or
great.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is the first one you made?
It was.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So this is
How long did that take you?
It was a
Pillow Maple. Yeah, but then there was some extra time put into it.
I took parts home to work on.
Yeah.
On weekends to work on things.
But it's just one of the most beautiful guitars. And it's just thin-bodied, and it's got a great balance to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then he put these dice in here for his markers. So the talent, is amazing. He keeps coming up with these crazy ideas. So just like all the instructors here, he's a little left of center.
Oh yeah. You have to be.
It helps.
It helps. Thank you.
Now this is wood turning.
This is the wood turning?
Yeah. So Ed knows how to make a mess.
Oh yeah.
So Ed is he's doing some demonstrations, and so he has classes. His classes fill up. So he's got 6 lathes across here, and there'll be 6 people in here turning from
So
1
they'll
o'clock.
all be turning around here, and he's just teaching from the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
From 1 o'clock in the afternoon until about 9:30 at night. There's people in here turning 2 times a week.
Wow.
So does a wonderful job.
Wow. You've gone a long way since we were in here last.
Since you were in
Oh, this is another one too. Oh, look at that.
This is what came out of the one.
That was the first one.
Wow. We're doing the second one now.
Wow.
Yeah. Now this is Michael Broley. So Michael is our resident artist maker. So
Okay.
Michael has. He has some of his woodworking projects and turnings in some of the museums around the country. So
Wow.
he's an amazing artist also. So
Wow.
these 2 guys.
You're forever taking pictures from the side where I'm turning on this side.
Yeah. Why don't we go around?
This is by far my favorite stuff to film too. Hey Michael, nice to meet you.
Yeah, they're good. This is the best variety.
Oh yeah. Just making in general, just like the creative side of it.
So we have a lot of 3-hour classes here.
Okay.
And we have a 3-hour bowl class that does very, very well on Saturday mornings. It's
Okay.
$79. 3 hours, and you come away with a cherry bowl.
Oh, that's cool.
And people come in, they don't really know what they're doing, and when they're leaving, they're walking out like kids in a candy store.
Yeah,
They got
with
the
a bowl.
bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they can leave with a candy bowl.
Right. You got to get your white monster there fired up one of these days.
no, I will.
Yeah.
What's that?
And then I woke up and
So, this was quite easy for me to set up because this was my business, right? So I
Yep.
knew how to set up a wood shop
Yeah.
from the very beginning.
So this is the wood shop in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's one of the busiest areas in the whole lab.
Uh-huh.
And it was the one where we have the most classes.
Yep.
So everything from beginning woodworking all the way to chair making, all the way to furniture elements, to automated sign cutting, carving. We said guitar making. That's kind of like in the woodworking.
Yeah.
But we have about 13 classes, and we have 4 instructors in woodworking.
Wow.
One of the instructors has been on Woodcraft magazine like 4 or 5 times. Has about 5 books to his name.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talent in here and a lot of different aspects of woodworking. And it's just fantastic. So the shop itself is equipped to just about build anything.
Yeah.
and some of the best equipment that you can find anywhere in the valley.
Yeah.
And we're open from 8:30 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night every day, Monday
Wow.
through Thursday.
Wow.
It's $15 an hour to work in here. And that's,
Oh, okay.
That's a bargain.
Yeah. So you can just sign up just to do free walking around and build whatever you want.
Yeah, and you can get a membership for $100 a month here, and
Oh,
then that's
wow.
unlimited hours. So if you
Yeah.
have a project you want to work on,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
and if you need some special help on the shaper or one of the other tools, you can get a one-on-one with one of the instructors. And
Yeah.
you know, there's really easy ways to get involved in the lab and get your project moved to the next level.
Yeah. So if you can think of it, you can come in here and build it pretty much.
Right, and we don't teach you anything needless. So we only teach you what you need to know to move to the next step of your project.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you take a one-on-one with someone for 3 hours, you're going to get a lot of information in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can come back in the next day and just work on your own for that $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Like I said, unlimited hours, and then you can take a membership.
Wow.
Seeing down here, this is the Maverick.
Yeah, let's go check this out. For like a half a second, you did get me when you said you didn't know what it was. So like, I wasn't really sure.
So this is a CNC machine. So, and it also has a 4th axis, so I can do twisted bedposts on this. George is one of our woodworking teachers, so he's ready to jump on this any day, right?
Yeah. You like this
So-
piece? Yeah.
So, you know, it's just automated sign making, carving corbels, carving all kinds of things in the round.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's so many things you could do with this thing, you just have to start with the computer.
Gotcha.
And in this day and age, if someone's going to go in the woodworking business, they got to learn how to do this.
Yep. You have to, right?
You're not going to be competitive unless you can find customers that are going to pay you $20,000 for a table, like Nagashima or somebody like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're going to be competitive in the woodworking business now, you have to learn this technology.
Gotcha.
So that's what we're going to start teaching that.
Yeah.
This machine should get up and running in about 3 weeks.
Okay.
It just came in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So you still got to
Brand
set
new.
it all up.
Yep. Takes time.
That's quite a big size.
We need to talk about some of the bicycles that have